Hey everyone, in this video I'll take you through a beginner's guide to Pipio AI. In order to do so, first off, here we are logged in at app.ppio.ai, and this is the screen that is going to meet you once you're all logged in. If we're going to go ahead and just take the steps to familiarize ourselves with Pipio, then Pipio is nice enough to give us this welcome screen here, and we have a few options to go through. So we have the welcome to Pipio, create a video, dub a video, create and express avatar, and claim a reward. So let's go ahead and click get started. And that already takes us through the welcome, and now we are on the create a video page. So let's go ahead and create our first video. Let's see where this takes us. Okay, so now this takes us to this screen here, and we have a few options to consider. So we have here on the left hand side, we have our avatars, we have our voices, we have our text, elements, variables, and uploads. So it seems as though first what we want to do is we want to choose our avatar. We do have an example here voiced by Nicole. So let's see here. Do we have Nicole in here? I'm assuming this is alphabetical. Okay, so it doesn't appear that I am seeing, yeah, it doesn't look like it is alphabetical. So, but we do have quite a lot of options to choose from, quite extensive. Lots of different character types here to choose from. We have Nicole here, and this is the top 3 AI coding tools in 2023. Appears to be what the topic is about. That is voiced by Nicole. She's our voice actor. So I guess we have our avatar, and then we have our voice actor. So I'm assuming then that that's where Nicole is to be found, is in the voice acting section. But let's go ahead and just click play all, and we'll see what the results are here. It's just taking a moment to load. Here on the right hand side we see text script.
Here are the top 3 AI coding tools in 2023.
Okay, so that gives us just a basic idea there of what to expect, and that's essentially all she's saying. Here are the top 3 AI coding tools in 2023, and that is spelled out phonetically, I guess you could say. Is that the right word? But that's basically just to give you an example of what the results are like. And we have the text script, we have the audio script. Let's go ahead and select that. Here we can actually upload a file. So if you want to use the text script, then you can type that in here. Oh, looks like we also have the option to add sections. I see down here we have an additional slide. Let's go ahead and click on that. And yes, we do have additional sections here with additional dialogue in the second thumbnail here. So let's just go ahead and listen to that here real quick. And again, that's going to be taking a moment. So we'll take a look at the...
Number 1, Code Whisperer generates suggestions based on your code. It works best with AWS API, including Lambda and S3. It was trained from in-house code. Number 2, Copilot was trained on billions of public codes. It turns natural language prompts into code across dozens of languages. It's free to use for students and teachers. Number 3, Tabman gives you code completions directly in your code editor. You can even train your own AI model on your existing code base.
Okay. So, trying to see exactly what the context is here. Number 1, Code Whisperer generates suggestion based on your code. Okay, so I guess that is specific. I'm guessing that's like a website that's specific to generating code called Code Whisperer. So, not sure if that actually exists. We won't get into it, but there's a good chance that that is actually something real because Copilot, as far as I understand, is real. I have that on my computer if I'm not mistaken. And we also have TabMan. So this is just to kind of give us a little bit of an example of what the results are going to be like. And so if you want to do the text script, you can. If you want to add your own audio script in, if you've done the voiceover elsewhere and you want to bring that in, then you can do that. Click audio script and then you can browse for that file. So that just gives you some idea of what Pipio does. So let's go ahead and let's generate a preview. I'm curious what that's going to do. So let's go ahead and generate a preview. Successfully started preview generation. Okay, so that's going to take us a few moments to do. And I expect that once that's finished, we're probably going to get something that is essentially taking the details here and then elaborating on it and perhaps adding video to that, I expect. So let's go ahead and see what the results are there in just a moment. We'll be right back. Okay, so that now has finished, and as I suspected, it does give us a more dynamic visual presentation. However, there is an issue here. I'll go ahead and play the file so that you can see for yourself.
Here are the top 3 AI coding tools in 2023. Number 1, Code Whisperer generates suggestions based on your code. It works best.
So you could see there in the beginning that we do get some nice lip sync with the avatar that we select. However, for whatever reason, it seems as though there is audio that is getting doubled up. We seem to have two presenters who are speaking at the same time. So let's see why that might be. From here, all I'm showing is that it's voiced by Nicole. And I'm not seeing anything obvious that indicates exactly why it is that we have two voices overlapping. So that could just be an issue with the demo. Perhaps by starting from scratch and going through and setting up our own project, that might resolve the issue. But that's just to give you an idea of one of the issues that you might encounter with PPO. But at the end of the day, though, the results are not too bad. We have a nice looking aspect ratio that's perfect for the phone. I expect that we might be able to modify that, but let's see here. It does appear that we do have 16:9 showing up here. Let's go ahead and start with settings. Okay, here we go. So under settings, we can set our aspect ratio. So you can see here that right now we're in 9:16. Let's go ahead and go 16:9. And as a matter of fact, why don't we go ahead and start from scratch here? Let's go ahead and create a video. Okay, so use default voice with actor is what it's currently set to. Let's try moving a few things around here and let's see what happens. So let's go ahead and let's select Anya. Okay, so that actually, yes, that does change our presenter. And looks like we have a variety of presenters that we can choose from here. So let's go ahead and change the voice as well. Let's go ahead and go with Abby. Let's see.
This is a preview of what your actor's voice will...
So that's a preview there. So we have our text script that's already in, and we also have our two thumbnails. Okay, so this is something that we want to keep in mind. I have it set to Abby here. However, it's still set to Nicole over here. So I think we want to, yep, if we just click on the name there, then that changes the voice. Let's take a look at the text area here. Okay, so if we click title text, then that gives us that there. If we click subtitle, so I guess if we are adding subtitle text, I imagine that the subtitle text is just essentially going to be the script. So if you have a script in there, then that's, I'm guessing, is what is going to generate for the subtitles. And let's see, we've also got our normal text. So I guess this is for however you want to set this up, but you might want your title text at the top, your subtitle text maybe at the bottom, and then your standard text perhaps in the middle. It depends on you how you want to play around with that. You have your fonts here. You've got a variety of other formatting options that you can use. Let's go ahead and take a look at elements here. Okay, so here we have some additional options up at the top. We even have the ability to add music. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and just click on that, and you can see there that it puts the song over the second one but not the first one. So I expect that's going to be our intro, and then the music is going to kick in at some point. Let's see, variables. I don't think we'll get into that right now. We have our uploads. We can upload images, videos, and audio. So if you have your own image, you have your own avatar, then I expect you can bring that in here. And if you even have a video, how might that work? That might use the video. If you bring it in here, that might use that in order to generate the images. But we're not going to get into that just now. This is just to kind of give us a general idea of how Pipio works. Okay, so we have kind of some basic things going on here. Let's go ahead and click Generate Preview. That's going to take a moment, so we'll be right back. Okay, so that has finished generating, and what we want to look at here, so I'll just show you really quick, that once that generated, that basically generated incorrectly where the avatar was too far down. We changed the aspect ratio, and as a result, the actor kind of disappeared here. So what I had to do was I actually had to move her, and we have to make sure that she's placed correct for the framing that we're looking for here. So now that we've done that, we can go ahead and click Generate Preview again. But one thing as well is that it's still doubling up the voice. So we want to try to figure out exactly why that's happening. Here, there was an option ticked called Use Default Voice with Actor. And so I'm going to go ahead and uncheck that because I wonder if maybe that is the reason why we're getting that overlap. Let's go ahead and click Generate Preview, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back here, and I just wanted to try to figure out exactly why we were getting that overlapping in the audio. So what I did was I went ahead and started completely from scratch, and to do that, in the first page here, what I was clicking before was I was clicking Create a Video, and it was taking us to the demo how to Content Creator. What I did instead was I clicked the blue button here that said Create, and that did start us a fresh project. So then from there, we added our avatar, and we have our different scenes here. So here we have our avatar. And then in scene 2, I just added in a stock photo here. This is where you are likely going to want to use the upload function if you have specific images or even videos or even audio that you want to use in your final export. Then you can upload those here. They do offer certain elements that you can bring in, and that's where I got this image from. And you have some photos, videos, shapes, and even music to choose from. So I went ahead and let's go ahead and just bring in some music. So that'll come in on the second scene. So you can see here that you can add additional scenes by clicking the plus button. So we'll just keep it to 2. I did add my own voiceover. I just went into ChatGPT and asked to give me a quick little example that we can use. So we're just doing something here about time travel. So I'm going to go ahead and just click Generate here, and we'll see what the results are like. Be right back. Okay, so that seemed to have resolved the issue with the doubling up. So it just seems as though if you do the demo project, You might experience some doubling up there with the voice, but if you start from scratch, then you should be okay. The only thing I did find with the preview is that the audio for the music was quite loud. So what I found then is that by clicking on the music here, so you can see we have the song, the music just above the thumbnail here, and if we click that, then you actually do see some additional options here that allows you to turn the volume down, and you even have some options here for fading in, fading out, and going to a loop. You can also fit to project. Let's go ahead and do that. There you go. Now that shows the song extending across the entire project, and we can modify the volume depending on what we need. I'll just show you here what the results were like, and you can see for yourself. Give me just a moment and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we have our preview. We can go ahead and take a look at that and see what the results are like.
What if you could step beyond the limits of time? To witness the past, shape the future, or even rewrite your own story? Time travel is more than a fantasy. It's a journey through infinite possibilities.
So that gives you an idea of what the results are like. The lip syncing is actually quite nice, pretty on target. And the only thing that I would say that there's an issue with this is that I still feel the volume is too loud, but that's fine. We can then just close out of this, click away, go back down to our audio here, and we'll probably turn that down to like about 20% or so. But we're not going to go through that, just to give you an idea of how Pipio works and what you can expect as a beginner when you are creating your first project. That's all there is to it. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment and like and subscribe for more helpful tips.